Hello carpologists, today we are looking at this, which is the new Airflo MK3 Bivvy from TFGear. So like I say, this is the MK3 Airflo, and the previous two versions have been massively popular. However, this has been designed to be even quicker to erect and made from even higher quality materials as well. So I'll show you how to set this up because it is nice and easy, and literally a few pumps and you're set up within under a minute. So setting up the bivvy is nice and simple, and to be honest, there's not many bivvies on the market that will set up as quickly as this one. As soon as you take it out of the bag, you need to find the side that's got these two white little attachments, and these are basically where you pump up the bivvy from, with this pump provided, which is obviously nice and handy. Simply a case of unscrewing it, putting the pump in and doing a few pumps on each of the central tubes, and then you'll get a really nice rigid air tube running across the whole length of the bivvy. Once that's set up, it's literally a case of pegging everything in place, and then you have the front peak just to slide the pole through to take shape there. So like I say, really nice and simple, and the nice thing about it is it's completely self-contained as well. So the ground sheet is completely sewn in as well, so once the bivvy has taken shape, obviously the ground sheet just lays flat as it should do, and it's actually a heavy duty ground sheet as well. So you can tell that premium products have been used here to make this bivvy as high quality as possible. So once you've pumped up the bivvy and then slid through the tube for the peak, it should look a little something like this. Just on the inside of the peak underneath, there is actually a tension bar as well, so it's pretty strong anyway how it is, just with the tube that goes through it. However, once you do add that tension as well, it does make the peak nice and sturdy. So there it is, that is the MK3 Airflo Bivvy, and let's have a little look inside because there's actually loads of room as well. Quite a small, or it seems quite a small design, but like I say, inside it actually shows how much room there really is. So like I say, once you're inside the bivvy, you can see just how much room there is. There's loads of headroom, there's easily a foot above me, and there's a couple of foot at the front of the bivvy in front of the bed chair. Now, this isn't a small bed chair either, and you might have recently seen that I've actually reviewed this, and this is TFGear's giant bed chair. So you've probably got about an extra foot of bed chair than you would normally have if you've got a standard size one. So bringing that back to a normal size bed chair, you've easily got 3 foot of space in front of you, or obviously you can have the bed chair forward a little bit so you've got room behind you to store things if you wanted as well. But like I say, plenty of room, and either end of the bed chair there's still a bit of room as well. A lot of bivvies at the moment are a little bit smaller, a little bit more compact, and the end of the bed chair ends up touching either side of the bivvy. But with this, you've got loads of room inside. Now you'll see on the inside you've actually got the air tubes, which is the two bits that I pumped up earlier to give the shape of the bivvy, and it's worth bearing in mind that these are actually puncture resistant, which is obviously a massive edge when you're out on the bank all the time dealing with sharp things, so there's no chance that these are going to get a puncture. At the rear of the bivvy, you'll see just behind me there's actually a couple of vents, and these are a really nice addition. Obviously they're filled with mosquito mesh, so you're not going to get any bugs or insects coming in, and this couples up with the mosquito mesh on the front as well. So if you want that bit of airflow, if it's a hot summer's day, then it's a really nice idea that you can completely open everything up, but you still haven't got to worry about mosquitoes or bugs or insects getting in. And that's where the built-in ground sheet really comes into its own as well. Because it's built in, it's sewn in, sides come up a little bit, there's no chance, once you're all zipped down, no chance of anything getting in whatsoever. Now when it comes to the different options on the front panel, obviously I've already mentioned that there are the mosquito meshes either side, and that's on the door as well. And the nice thing about these ones is instead of just being Velcro, it's actually zipped down as well. So obviously that gives you that little bit more protection when obviously it comes to the elements. It's not just Velcro to stop it, you've actually got a zip as well. But it also helps to keep things nice and neat as well. So it's not like you've got to try and stretch Velcro into place, because you know as soon as they're zipped down, that Velcro down the bottom is just going to fall into place. Now the door has obviously got a mosquito mesh as well, but there is a clear door panel if you wanted to use that. And then obviously you've got the full infill panel with obviously the green, same material, same hydrostatic head as the rest of the bivvy as well, which is actually a 10,000mm hydrostatic head. So again, it's going to keep you completely protected no matter what the elements throw at you. Now a couple of other points worth mentioning. Obviously I have talked about the peak, but it's worth saying that just how big it actually is. So again, it's going to help protect you from any driving rain, because it's probably about 1.5 feet deep, so loads of protection from that. All the pegs that come with it are heavy duty pegs as well, so none of these flimsy camping pegs, which is a really nice little addition. And all the way around you've got obviously the main pegging point, but you've also got an elastic point as well, so you can just add that bit more tension if and when you need to. There's also loads of rod retaining straps all the way around the bivvy, so you've got 2 either side on the front, and then on the back you've actually got 2 as well. So if you wanted to use the front ones purely for your rods when you're changing rigs and recasting, then you can, and then you can leave your spot and marker rod at the back for as and when you need to use them, which is a really handy little addition. Now that is pretty much the TFGear Airflo Mk3 wrapped up, and as I mentioned wrap, I will show you the overwrap as well. So there is a dedicated overwrap for this system. If you want a bit more protection, a bit more space, then it's well worth considering that. So give me a second and I'll put that on now. Okay, so I've just put the overwrap on, and probably one of the first benefits that you can see is the extra space that it gives you. There's a good foot of extra space, and this is thanks to the peak. It basically uses the front of the peak to create that extra room. Now this space is really handy if you want to store muddy boots, wellies, waders, anything like that you don't particularly want in your nice clean bivvy, but you still know that they're going to be protected from the elements. You haven't got to keep them outside your bivvy and be worried that someone might walk off with them. They are nice and safe and nice and secure where they are. Obviously this offers all the extra benefits that an overwrap would do normally, so it provides a lot more warmth in winter because you've got that extra pocket of air, and it helps to reduce condensation as well. Now this works the other way in summer, where it helps to keep you a lot cooler too, so it really does benefit you in all elements, all seasons. And then the final benefit, obviously it gives you that second layer of protection. Now for any more information about either the overwrap or the bivvy itself, make sure you check out the TFGear website. But for now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon.
We'll be right back.